The process begins like any other gearbox. Power goes from the engine through a clutch and then through the chosen gear, which transmits power to the differential. How a sequential differs from a traditional manual gearbox is how each gear is selected. Unlike a manual gearbox, a sequential features a specialized selector shaft, shift fork, and gear selector. The selector shaft has multiple grooves around its circumference that selector pins in the gear selector fork follow to change gear ratios. To change gear, either by means of steering wheel mounted paddle shifters or by means of a gear lever, the driver moves the paddle or lever forward or backward. This movement, controlled by pneumatic or hydraulic actuators, turns a gear at the end of the selector shaft, which rotates the selector shaft. This rotation then moves the gear selector fork either left or right, thanks to the grooves in the selector shaft that a selector pin is forced to follow. This movement then meshes the fork with the desired gear on the output shaft. To change up a gear, the driver pulls back on the paddle in this example, which rotates the selector shaft again. This disconnects the original selector fork and pushes it into a neutral position, after which another selector fork is used to engage a gear based on the grooves of the selector shaft.